When did you become the very thing you swore to destroy? Drank a shit ton of milk when I was a kid because I believed lactose-intolerant people were wimps. Lo and behold, I'll shit my pants if I have a glass of milk nowadays. There is lactose-free milk, yo. That's all that we buy in this house. 3 kids, wife and me, all lactose intolerant. When I got put in charge of people at work, I said I was gonna be a cool boss. And then I realized that there's a lot more to it, and these idiots are fucking up, and I have to answer for it. This hits home. Working from the bottom, you make good friends, and you all swear you want to be that dickhead who is the boss. Then you get promoted and become that dickhead. The way I see it is to take the knowledge you got from your boss and don't do the dumb stuff you hated, but all in all, you just gotta be the boss, not a MacLeod Scott. I think the difference between a good boss and a bad boss is misunderstood. A good boss identifies the issue and communicates the issue to the subordinate. They allow the subordinate to offer an explanation, new angle, or solution. See the Crucial Confrontations book. A good boss allows their employees to work. Progress reports are great, but a good boss does this one-on-one or via a mail in lieu of meetings 95 of the time. A good boss sees their role as removing obstacles to help their employees excel. A good boss helps employees see where they've gone wrong and how to fix it. A good boss doesn't shy away from firing the worker who gets things wrong a lot and doesn't improve. Even if they are the nicest, bring cupcakes, and have soft story. A good boss recognizes that a toxic person who causes drama cannot make up for the wasted time and energy by their own productivity. A good boss knows that their employees have the best information as to where inefficiencies and issues are. A good boss listens to employees. A good boss knows when changes need to be made, and when they can't, a good boss explains why. Why do I keep getting flashbacks to that Gravity Falls episode where Grunkle makes Mabel boss and she has the same epiphany? First rule of being a boss: let people figure out what kind of boss you are themselves. I make video games and 95% of my career have been on consoles. Had to help out a team at work a few years back with a mobile game, and they made me add in the bit where the pop-up comes up asking you to rate the game. I died a lot inside them. Much better than those dickheads adding ads with no close signs. I hope they get an ad too. You know those adverts where 2 people yammer back and forth? I invented those. Homer immediately punches him in the face. Chuckles. Hey, happens all the time. You know what to do. Please put your soul in the provided envelope and submit it for incineration at the nearest waste facility. Thank you, Worker 899. Your input is highly valued here at Games Company, where everyone is family. I bought Crocs and a weed whacker on the same day, and me now. Anyone can be a father, but it takes Crocs and a weed whacker to become a dad. I used to be anti-smartphone. Now if it is not by my side, I go crazy. You sound exactly like my mom. In one breath, she'll say, look at everyone glued up their phones. And then in one swift move, pull her phone out. I love my mom, but man, it is annoying. Same. I had an old Nokia that was just calls, texts, and Snake, right up until 2013. I finally caved and got a smartphone for the camera, but now I live on this damn thing, Reddit in particular, and it has been terrible for my ad. Won the 8th grade poetry slam by writing a poem about my anger towards my grandfather for drinking and smoking himself to death. Smoking him. By my 22nd birthday, I was putting down 2 packs of cigarettes and a pint every day. Now I'm 3 months sober and clean from cigs though. Edit with thank you guys for the positivity, support, and rewards. It brought a tear to my eye, and I really needed this today. Thank you, kind internet strangers. Congratulations on the milestone. Good luck keeping it up, though luck may or may not have much to do with it. 2 years ago, I put down new grass in the small part of the front yard that I own. I sat down, picked up a book, and read a bit in the garden. When I looked up, my nephew from next door was rolling across my freshly laid down patch of grass. I told him to get off my lawn. I was 26. Age happens faster than you think. I'm a new house owner. I've just recently been finding poop in my yard from a dog I don't own. It's really pissing me off. Ha ha ha, this is really funny to me because I'm 32 and have a 7-year-old, and sometimes when we play, we pretend we're real old people. He'll bend over and hold his back and then yell at me in an old man voice, "Get off my lawn, you little whippersnapper." So I imagine you sounding like him. A 7-year-old yelling at another kid. A few years ago I would say yo ironically to make fun of people who said yo. Now I start almost every conversation with yo dude. How long will it take people to learn this unbreakable law of the universe? Irony will always develop into sincerity, given enough time. I can't count how many cringy habits have started this way. I've done the same but with Brabru. I hate it but I can't stop it. This is me, except I ironically used the word epic as a response to people. It always starts as mocking irony, until suddenly it isn't. You love to see it. Fam, bet. In the late 80s, early 90s, I was a typical skater punk metalhead teen. I swore up and down I would never settle down. I didn't want some 9-5 life with the house and family. I am happily married, have a great career, and love every second of it. There are times when I sort of wonder what my life would have been if I just kept doing what I was doing. But I'm pretty sure I would be miserable. Screwing around and partying is fun when you are 17, 23, but in my 40s, fuck that. I'm tired. Edit for clarification. I couldn't be happier with how my life is and how it is going. It is not about making good money or having a nice house. It is about enjoying my life and enjoying being with my wife and daughter. I'm glad I didn't stick to those ideals of being the lone rebel. I'm sure it works for some people, but in the end it wasn't the life I really wanted. I didn't sell out, as one person said. I found a better life. I found and I still skate in my late 40s. I just don't do handrails or big gaps. I skate curbs and parking stops. God, I partied a lot my freshman year. Now, 10 years later, I can have a couple of beers and have a good time, but any more than that, and I'll be paying for it for days. I swear that it's such a normal part of maturing. At 16, I was the type to scream "fuck the man" and dead stare someone as I did the exact opposite of what they asked of me. I'm 24 now and honestly cannot wait for a stable job and boring life path. I always said I hated people who were just content in their jobs and didn't want to rise up. I love the work I do, and I want to get to the highest skill set of it. But frankly, I'm not sure if I am interested in a real promotion at this point in my life. Edit. I see a lot of questions asking why I would hate people for being happy. Younger me was selfish and didn't understand happiness in a job, only money. In my previous career, I practically killed myself to get and work at management level, burned out at 25 even though I was passionate about the work. Now I'm in a new field and truly enjoy all of the work I do, and I get it. Putting in time doing something you enjoy and being appreciated for it means everything. That's how I've always been, cause what's the point in working yourself to death? That would be wasting my life and my time with my friends' family. There's so much I have left to do in this lifetime. A job just allows me to do those things. Edit. For those of you telling me climbing ranks, more money, less work to do. I know, haha. I'm just in one of those fields where you want to stay close to the work therapy. Very true. I'm a developer and I have absolutely no desire going into a management role. Some management is fine, but I'm much better at code than people. There's something to be said for having a job you can do no matter what happens in your personal life or how bad your mental health gets. When I picked up smoking at the age of 17, same here, but I took it up at 16. Best friend and I always swore we wouldn't, and we were constantly bugging her dad and my mom to quit. Both of us ended up as smokers and eventually both our parents quit. All on this thread. Never give up the fight. I started at 16 too. Tried to quit many times. Eventually came to believe that quitting would never stick. Finally quit for good at age 32. 3.5 years cigarette-free. Why did you do it? I tried to quit smoking using Chantix in 2008-2009. It didn't work because the nightmares were so graphic and scary. I had two before I stopped taking it. I don't remember the first one, but the second one, I killed a guy by removing his limbs very slowly. It really grossed me out. Didn't realize I was capable of that sort of barbarity even in some unlocked portion of my mind. Now I do autopsies for a living. It's weird that elements of my absolute worst nightmare is part of my day-to-day. Had a cop ask me to remove a guy's hands a couple weeks ago, and it's literally not even crossed my mind a second time until just now. That's when I realized my passion for dismembering bodies. Kinda weird thing but relevant. Me dad quit using Chantix like 8 years ago and had the vivid dreams too. Why, but he really liked them. So much so that he joked about smoking so he could take Chantix to quit again. Had a cop asked me to remove a guy's hands a couple weeks ago, autopsy or interrogation. Why did he ask you to remove his hands? The day I told my daughter she can't have ice cream for breakfast. Similarly, the first time I answered the 5 millionth question why with because I said so. It just came out uncontrollably. I didn't know how to stop it. Ain't it get it? For the curious and or judgmental. Kiddo was 5 and was stalling on purpose, so we wouldn't leave on time for school. They were asking why they had to put on shoes, followed by the but why game sassy edition without wanting the actual answers or reasons. We all know the game. But you can definitely do ice cream for dinner. New. I remember one day in my mid to late 20s I got up and ate ice cream for breakfast, and it dawned on me that I was literally what a 10-year-old imagines being an adult is like. When I realized I have a lot of the same toxic abusive patterns as my father. Yep, same here. When I first met my now husband, I had this realization moment when we were discussing something, and I made him cry. I immediately had this understanding that I had just done what my own father had always done to my mother growing up. It was an epiphany moment where I was like, the whole time growing up I swore I would never be like that, and here I am doing the same thing he did. It took a lot of work and help from my husband, but it took a while to essentially deprogram myself. We have a happy and healthy relationship now, and I am thankful every day that he stayed and helped me become a better person. I can sort of relate. I've found I carry several of my mom's toxic patterns and am doing my best to break them. I somewhat understand. My father isn't abusive, but he is, let's say, rough around the edges. I grew up with his influence and now I'm emotional crippled. All my relationships tend to fall apart, and now I'm a very lonely person. So I kinda understand. Hope you get better. I realized this last year, it is a tough road to identify all the bad traits you've picked up thinking that's just how humans interact, and then to fix them. Yep, I know this. My father acts like his father. I act like him. I decided not to have kids just to stop it. Worlds doesn't need more men like my grandfather. My exact thought when reading this is, oh hell nah, I'm scrolling past this, gonna continue to ignore my demons so I don't get sad, and then realized, whoa boy, that's a trait. Comedy answer. Reddit account serious answer. My company's director forced me to accept a promotion to management. I can seriously relate to the comedy answer. I'm getting promoted to middle management next month. I have a Rage Against the Machine poster above my desk I work at home. The irony is not lost on me. I always said I'd never be a pet person, but we were fostering a cat while its owner is in hospital, and now it is weaned, and I'm on the sofa with Buddy cuddling up to me, and yeah, it is kinda cool. When you have something cuddling against you, it just releases something in your brain that's just like, I really like this. That happened to me, one of us. My father hates cats. Apparently there were some stray cats under his window when he was a little kid, and they made these awful sounds during heat that scared the crap out of him. Anyway, during his divorce, he spent a few weeks with us, and my super cuddly cat always climbed on his lap for a nap. He just fell in love. He would point to me and say, she knows I am sad. She is trying to cheer me up. Oh, look how she purrs anyway. He now has 4 cats and a dog. Early 20s. I never wanted to become an alcoholic. I am now 31, and I will have a year alcohol-free this week. Also trying to quit smoking. That's amazing. Good luck, you got this. 3. I used to hate grumpy old guys. Now, edit. Ooh, you guys floated the Olin box on this one. Thank you for the awards. Now I gotta read all these damn messages. I don't even have kids and I've found my mother coming out of my mouth to my nieces and nephews. It's appalling. I watched an old That 70s show the other day and realized I found Red to be the most relatable character. My entire life while growing up, all I wanted to do was be a police officer. Received my bachelor's in political science and minored in legal studies and criminal justice. Received my master's in criminal justice. Scored top 5 in physical and written exams at every agency I applied. No criminal history and no previous drug use. I was denied by every single agency. Entered law school, applied for an internship at the DA's office while in law school, was denied. Passed the bar, and applied at the district attorney's office as a criminal prosecutor. Denied even though I had criminal law experience and my courses emphasized criminal law. Now I am a criminal defense attorney. Edit. This blew up overnight. Thank you all for the upvotes. I'm not sure what the questions or conversations entail, but I'll try and get through all. If you can't join beat in. I really thought you were gonna say you became a hardened criminal. I hate to say it, but I believe they systematically weed out the smarter candidates. Minus the master's degree, I only have a My profile is the same as ours. Denied from hiring. Yet how many times do we see dumb cops on the news?
Like and subscribe for more Reddit content. Watch the next video at the top of your screen.